Deborah, you had the opportunity to meet Ted Turner, reputed to be a Malthusian, one of those guys who want to not only rule the world, but reduce the population.
Yes.
Did you have a conversation with him?
Well, I did. He was speaking at Iron Horse Vineyards in Sebastopol, California in April of 2011. Ted Turner said that in order to prevent catastrophic consequences of overpopulation on the world and the fact that there would not be enough food or water for people to drink or food for people to eat, and there would be the consequence of starvation and famine, that we needed to reduce the world's population by 95%.
What? Wait a minute. What does he want? Soylent Green? Or this is insane.
Well,
Let me get this right. We're talking about Ted Turner, a multi-billionaire. The fellow was married to Jane Hanoi Fonda.
That's correct. He very happily indicated that he gave $1 billion to the United Nations. And the United Nations, of course, has a depopulation plan. And he said that the consequence of food shortages and water shortages worldwide were then going to lead into so much chaos that people would start cannibalizing one another. And that this was going to be soon, he feels, because we're on a tipping point with the catastrophic circumstances of too many people using too much stuff and the consequences of global warming and the realities of this on the planet.
Wait a minute. I've got to stop you right here. We're talking about Ted Turner.
Yes.
I've got the same fellow, and you spoke to him personally.
Well, he spoke at a venue, and he spoke to about 200 people. I spoke with him prior to his talk to a few hundred people about his understanding of what smart meters were, the grid system. He claimed to not be aware of that. I discussed it with him and gave him information. I also gave him information on the weather modification program. That day there were at least 6 or so military jets in the sky spreading.
Or
evergreen and or whatever they were at that moment, spreading toxins and making persistent jet contrails. The sky was ugly. Everyone was sneezing, itching eyes, itchy throats.
So we're talking about Ted Turner. I'm going to keep going back.
We're talking about Ted Turner.
Ted Turner is advocating reducing the population by 95%. That's killing 9 out of 10 people.
Yes.
In fact, it's doing worse than that. It's killing 9 out of 10. That would be 90%, 95%.
I was very, very shocked.
My God, it's worse than that. We're talking about murder.
We're talking about elimination, absolutely. And I looked at people's faces that heard this, and everybody was just sort of glum. It was almost as though they were doing the math. He was talking about global warming and the calamity of that and the problems that we were causing as humanity and as people.
Wait, you're saying we, the people, are causing the problems of what? I mean,
yes, it's our fault as people. There's too many people using too much stuff, and that's the reason that there's global warming, and it's catastrophic. Those were his words, catastrophic.
Catastrophic for whom?
For the global warming concerns, that we were having too huge of an impact on the planet.
Global warming doesn't have concerns. It doesn't think.
Captain Cousteau and I were having this discussion 20 years ago on the Amazon, on the Calypso, and he just said, failure is not an option. Failure is not an option. We have too much at stake. This world is so beautiful, and I love it so much, like we all do, and we just can't let it be destroyed.
There's a group of people who would like to reduce the population of the planet by 90% to get rid of those individuals who they consider to be useless eaters. Initially, it was blacks and browns, but it seems to extend to the entirety of the planet. And we take a look at the Georgia Guidestones. They're talking about reducing the population of 90%. Jaques Cousteau said we have to reduce the population by 350,000 per day. The Queen's husband is talking about it would be wonderful if it could come back as a virus to eliminate some of we, the people. Are you taking a look at this group as the ones behind putting these planes up? Because they're not doing this for our health, are they?
The people who are involved in this really are committing a heinous crime, and they should be treated as murderers and treated accordingly by the courts.